And problem number 3, I'm going to get out the greatest common factor first. Okay, so I'm going to look and I see that there is a 2 here, an 8 here, and a 42 here. So what number goes into 2, 8, and 42? I start with the smallest number and think, okay, well the factors are only 1 and 2, so the larger one is 2. Does 2 go into 8? Yeah, 2 times 4 is 8. Does 2 go into 42? Yeah, I might not know off the top of my head 2 times what is 42, but I notice that it's an even number, so it's for sure divisible by 2. Now what about the x's? I have 2 x's here, I have an x here, but I don't have any x's here, so it's not part of my greatest common factor. Okay, so my greatest common factor is just 2. I'm going to set up my parentheses. All right, so first, 2 times what? 2 times what is 2x squared? Well, 2 times just 1, right? That can just be an invisible 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And then I want there to be 2 x's, so this is going to be x squared here. Okay, now 2 times what is negative 8x? So that's going to be negative 2 times 4 is 8. And since I want there to be an x here, I have to put an x here because there's no x right here, right? So if I want there to be an x when I multiply, I have to put it here. So 2 times negative 4x is negative 8x. And then finally, 2 times what is negative 42? I'm going to put the negative. If I'm not sure off the top of my head 2 times what is 42, I can put my calculator. 42 divided by 2, get 21. Okay, so now I've factored out the 2, okay, and I'm just going to kind of bring that down, and I know that I'm going to still factor this part. And what do I need? I need 2 numbers that add to negative 4 and multiply to negative 21. Okay, so right away I'm thinking numbers that multiply to 21, I'm going to ignore signs for a second. That's 1 times 21 and 3 times 7. If I want them to multiply to 21, one of them is going to have to be negative, which means they need to subtract to get 4. So it's going to be 3 and 7. Look, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to write it so I can just think about one thing at a time. Now I'm thinking about signs. So if I want these 2 numbers to add to a negative, I need the larger number to be negative, which is the 7. So I'm going to make that negative, right? And let's think about why that is. Like if I have negative 7 and positive 3, now when these cancel, what am I left over with? I'm left over with negatives. Had I made the 7 positive and the 3 negative, I would have been left over with positives, and that's not what I want. I wanted them to add to negative 4. So here's my answer. And again, if I multiplied this back out, I should get this original problem.